I 100% started this thing, for sure. I messaged Panathon out of the blue. I've gone 0-6 in the last 5 weeks and they're 16-0. And that's why I just said, no, just let me, want to play together.
I mean, I kind of knew when we formed that we were going to be very good. I think I think I'm a good player, and I think I just kind of got upgraded, got on a better team. So I just knew I was going to give it my all, and we were going to have a really good year.
We won all of our scrims versus every team, because every team we'd play, we're like, okay guys, we're 7th seed, because we'd beat let's say the Glads, we're like, okay guys, we're 7th seed now, as a joke, and then we beat the next team, we're like, okay guys, we're 6th seed, 5th seed, 4th seed, 3rd seed, 2nd seed, as a joke, we're like, all right guys, we beat every team, we're 1st seed now.
But then we were start winning SPL games really easily, honestly. It was no fight to any team. I was like, this is a really good team. I think was when we beat Kings, because the Kings were 4-1. They were the best team on the other side. And I was like, yeah, this team is actually good.
But yeah, it kind of just clicked instantly. And it was just really easy. We were all just really good players. So Smite just became really easy. All I had to do was win my lane or just not lose my lane, and we're probably going to win the game. And if I did anything more than that, then it would just be easy.
Oh no, don't do it, Sod. Let Lazarus... Let my man live! Let him live for a second! 2,000 damage!
That's game, by the way. The Oni Warriors, they've made a statement. They've put their foot down and they've 3-0'd the J Dragons.
In my opinion, in Smite on most teams, if you're winning, everything's just going to be great. You're loving life, you're winning. At the start of the year, Netrioid did say that he wanted me to talk more. I did that, but then we just started winning everything, and it became very easy.
One of the issues I will say that happened on the team was that, for example, what was one of the reasons that we decided on Jake, it was that he wasn't kind of trying on picks and bans that much. He wasn't bringing new ideas.
Maybe sometimes we were kind of rolling too much, trolling a bit on the scrims. But besides that, honestly, we didn't have that much issues, actually. It was pretty clean.
I will say the main issue and the only issue that we have talked as a team was the situation with Jake and his God Pool and that stuff.
I don't know, I guess I just didn't have to try that hard. So I just maybe didn't talk as much. I don't know.
Warriors secure that, and the shot hits hardcore in the back immediately. Great damage from Hagon.
Walls the backline.
Up from Genetics, and Sock comes into the back. He should get this kill. He's chasing him down. Goes for the ult, and he's clicking on heads at this point. Solo or Troll is running him down. Variety's low. Jings is his target, though. The Flicker, the Merlin. He's just trying to run away. It doesn't matter. Panatom and the rest of the Warriors, they're getting stuff done everywhere else on the map. Foregone Variety goes back to base, but with a Phoenix down, the Titan exposed. The Warriors in 42 minutes are gonna take this set.
The Oni Warriors gotta be feeling themselves after that one. They've done the tour, right? They've been able to beat everyone, and they gotta be pretty proud of themselves.
It started because Genetics talked to me, and he actually he was totally cool. He told me I want you to be on Kings, or I want to be on your team.
So I messaged Panathon after I think we went 0-5, 0-6, and I literally just said, I'm gonna cut the shit. I want to play with you no matter what. Either you join me or I join you.
Otzi was he was always saying if we're winning everything, why are we doing a change? Which is fair, but at the end, we kind of realized we needed a leader, even if we win the tournament.
Before the Masters tournament, I was like, no, we should stick with our team for the tournament, because, if you're 13-0, you should probably don't fix what isn't broken. That's exactly what I said, and I was like, but, I'll respect whatever the team does. I don't want to, step on any toes. I don't want to, I don't want to, give any ultimatums or I don't know. I want to, adjust from what I did in the past, and I wanted to, just do my job and show up and, not making any grief plays. So I was like, I'll follow, whatever you guys want to do. I'm down for it. But I don't think we should change before the tournament, at least.
I was down to play with Jake for the tournament. I was also down to play with Genetics for the kickoff tournament. No, Masters tournament. I was down for it unless someone was going to say no, then I was happy with that either way.
At the beginning, he was like putting a lot of effort, and he was like still putting effort, but not working on what we told him, like about shot calling, saying things. Like he was like very quiet, honestly, and we kind of dislike that as a support. We kind of felt like that we need a leader, and Jake was not a leader, and we kind of felt like Genetics was the perfect fit for that.
I was completely caught off guard. I did not see it coming. We did not lose a game yet, making history. And I wake up with a message from Biggie, the Kings coach, saying, "Is this real? Is this really happening?" And yeah, so it caught me off guard.
The split itself didn't go too well for us, but like for our standards. And I could tell that Sam was very, disappointed and very unsatisfied with how it was. And I think he himself tried to push for a change again after the split ended. So when he came to us and told us that he had an offer, I kind of knew that he was trying to find his own way out of the team.
I'd say when we didn't make a change and we started doing poorly, and I didn't really feel people were pulling their weight when they were not doing as well as they should have done, including me. Like, I'm not claiming to be the best player on the team or do the best. I think we all need to step up, and I felt like overall no one was doing it as well as they should have done, which is why we were losing.
Truly, the Gilded Gladiators who came into this set without a single win this season are about to dethrone the Camelot Kings. This was projected to be a win for the Kings, but the Gladiators have torn right through.
So when he said he's moving, it kind of answered or that he gave that tweet longer. It answered a lot of questions. Our support he wasn't even like 100% committed to our team anymore. And for me, that answered a lot of questions. At the time, it was kind of a blindside.
They had a couple talks about replacing me. Like, should they do it before the tournament or like after the tournament? They could have gone either way, but like Netrioid, like he kind of wanted like Genetics. He thought like Genetics was like was just a better player, I guess. So yeah, he was like pushing for him. Yeah, from what we're told, like Saw didn't really want to like do it.
Now that we know that Genetics reached out to Paniton weeks before telling Jake about that, we can make this roster change now because we haven't seen an improvement, and this is like the tournament is like one week away and everything. So we were like kind of worried, right? It will cost us a tournament. And that's when we said, yo, Genetics, we have come to the agreement that we want to make the change.
The day of the roster change, I told the Kings that I was considering it. We went to the pub, I went back, I made a few calls to my parents, spoke about housing, trying to figure out what I'd do, if it was the right choice, because it's very uncomfortable moving in a foreign country. So I was wanting to make sure it was the right choice for me. And then as I said yes, I'd join. I told the Kings. The Warriors were getting ready to tell Jake. And then I went, oh, we've never asked the admins about this. So I messaged the two admins on Twitter. And all of a sudden there was a big announcement in the SPL Pro Discord saying roster locked. And then I think I got a message in the Kings Discord saying, so this is awkward.
I just think it was almost comedic how the roster lock blocked. No one asked before the whole thing was done. Genetics, apparently there was a car journey being made to pick up Genetics or Royd or both, and that like didn't happen because of the roster block. So I mean, it was for lack of a better word, a show.
When we found out the rosters were locked, I think the team's reaction was very, I guess you could say, tilted, because obviously all of us want to win the LAN. All of us want to win Masters, because obviously why would we be here? So when we found out that couldn't happen, I think everyone was like kind of annoyed and tilted at not just Sam, but kind of like the Warriors as a whole.
I can't imagine that they didn't think how good it would be to blindside take a support away from us 2 weeks before the tournament.
Why would they try and make a change without knowing the roster lock situation? They've kind of just screwed us over in terms of practice environment, and they've kind of screwed themselves over as well, because obviously Jake found out that he's gonna have to leave the team as well.
Biggie reached out to Jake and asked him, he said, are the Warriors seriously considering kicking you? And that's because a few weeks before Masters, the team decided to do the change.
So the situation, how it was handled is, so we go to, I go to sleep one night, I wake up, I have the coach of like messaging me, and then I have to like go to scrims the next day where, I mean, Netrioid was just like, yeah, we tried to kick you, we couldn't, and then like, yeah.
So when he told us that, what is the roster change that I'm hearing, like Biggie told me this, and we told him, no, we are not replacing you 100% right now. That's what we told him, and we kept on screaming because the change, it wasn't 100% made. So.
Yeah, like, I didn't know what to think. Like, I'm just thinking that, yeah, they tried to kick me, they couldn't, and like, I don't know, it just made things like really bad, like for scrims and stuff, and going into the tournament. But yeah, it's funny that happens.
That's kind of the big question I have. Like, how important to y'all is it to win this event?
Probably the most important thing on all our minds ever maybe, you know.
Ferryman, 5 strong, fire giant enabled, and standing outside of the Titan room of an undefeated team, looking to do what no one has been able to do this year. They're gonna row it down and end the Warriors 3-0 to be the Masters victors.
If we didn't lose to the Ferryman, I mean, it will be like way harder to take the decision. If we won the tournament, like, I kinda feel like that's an other team's fault, because like, I don't know, like, you are losing to 5 players that didn't even want to be on a team, you know? Like, they were not even supposed to be on a team.
I think he always had a chance, and we told him, you always have a chance. But he didn't seem to, like, even though the situation was happening like that, he didn't seem to care enough to stay on the team, right? So that was kind of bothering for us. Like, it kind of bothered us.
So it is going to be a support for Fury trade.
Sasha's laughing. He really just killed Jake, and you're okay with it?
Based on that reaction, yeah, he seems okay with it. Hey, by the way, finals, by the way.
I bet you, and I know exactly what Jake just said.
Jake doesn't seem too happy.
Jake said, unlucky.
Do you think it's fair to expect him to play at his best with that in the back of his head?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not sure if it's like fair to like put that pressure on him. I guess it's not fair for him, honestly. But at the end, like, you just want to win, so it takes whatever like you need.
I asked Saad about it once. We were like talking about it, and he said they probably still would have kicked me. So like, yeah, I don't know. It was just, there's nothing I could have done.
The Oni Warriors, and the only change that's come their way is what we've been talking about a lot. Their support. No longer do they have Awesomejake on their roster. It'll now be Genetics here for the Oni Warriors, but the remainder of that core is still there. The other 4 players still rounding out their roster.
So expectations for Warriors is going to be a little bit different to what the public thinks. And I said this when I joined the team as well. Sot was like, let's go 17-0. And I was like, we're not going 17-0. No one's going to replicate what the Warriors did in Split 1. They were too dominant. For me, fixing the areas that I thought they were weak at and trying to add on what I think I can do to what they were already better than the rest of the league in. So comms, having plans, drafting, enabling the players that need to be enabled, and just winning, you know? I mean, they're already a sick team. It's just adding on little bits that I think I'm better at than Jake could have been, and maybe trying to improve on stuff that Jake was better at than I was.
I will say, yeah, of course, after having an insane win streak with the previous roster, it's going to be a challenge now to keep this win streak. We're looking forward to do it. Like, we want to break our own record, of course. Hopefully, our level of gameplay, our strategy, gameplay, and everything stays the same and improves even more. So, yeah, I think we're going to do great this split, and I think we're going to break our own record, and we're willing to do that. So. Yeah,
I'm expecting a lot of backlash. I mean, the change, the way we did it was definitely not the cleanest, and the way I did it was definitely not the most honest. Messaging someone behind the team's back about joining, I understand it. I understand why the reasons behind the change weren't accepted. But at the same time, we know quite a lot about the esports and like what players can provide, and it's a business. Like, we're not going to make a change for change's sake. You know, like, people make changes for specific reasons. So hopefully it pays off in the long run for both me and them.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of focusing on myself at the first phase, But now that I'm on the Glads, I'll be trying to. I know I'm a good player, and I can just bring that to the Glads, and hopefully it's enough to not be 8th seed. I'm sure Kana and will bring a lot too, and surely we can make something good here on the Glads.